Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Tuesday, June 16th. You can see temperatures in the 60s across the area. The last of the muggy air being squeezed out as cooler, drier air, lower humidity and dew points will filter into the state. We'll have plenty of sunshine today, so it'll be a really nice day outside, and we expect the dry conditions to continue into tonight before more rain moves in tomorrow, and we could have some strong thunderstorms as well. If we look at the growing degree days so far for the year and the comparisons to the last couple of years, you can see we're ahead of last year, about the same as 2013. But with earlier planting dates this year, plenty of moisture, we've really jump-started the growth of the crops. So we're well ahead of these last couple of years. But again, as we expected for the summer, we don't expect a hot summer in any way, but plenty of moisture will allow a lot of the heat units to go to production. So we may be in a situation where there probably won't be a whole lot of dry down this year, because we continue to expect a fairly normal, slightly below or slightly above normal temperature pattern over the next few months, with plenty of precipitation as it looks right now. And if we look at the satellite, this is kind of a neat snapshot. Kind of encompasses the thoughts of the summer, with the southeast part of the United States expected to be above normal, and across the west-southwest part of the United States also above normal. One of the reasons is we got a more dominant northern stream storm track, and that should continue. And we have a nice strong Bermuda high a little bit farther to the west than maybe some years, and that's allowed that circulation to bring a lot of Gulf moisture right up into the United States, across the center of the United States. And that's why we expect cooler than normal temperatures from Texas, Oklahoma, all the way up to the Dakotas, and then a little to a lesser degree into the Great Lakes and Midwest. And again, with that Bermuda high a little farther west, they're going to be under the dominance of that more often than not across the southeast states, thus the warmer than normal temperatures, and probably drier than normal as well. But again, we could expect that feed to come up well into the Midwest here, and that pattern will continue for a while yet. And you can see Tropical Storm Bill is going to make landfall in Texas. Because it is a weak system, it's going to maintain its pretty good look on it right all the way up into Oklahoma, and then only start to weaken once it hits the Ozarks and Missouri, and then moves off to the northeast. But that's something we need to watch very closely. Again, as we've been talking the last few days, we expect the most dominant heavy precipitation to fall just to the south of Michigan, but it's such a close call. We really got to watch the areas across southern lower Michigan, and as far as that goes, even up into central Michigan as well. Much of the area has already had too much rain in some areas. If we look at the forecasted precipitation from the WPC, you can see that stream of moisture from the tropical system that'll be moving into the U.S. But again, this is the same pattern that brings that moisture up into much of the Midwest and Great Lakes and Corn Belt, and that's going to continue. If we look at the weather map for later today, we're going to watch this low pressure system back in Wyoming. It's going to make a track towards southeast Minnesota and then into northern lower Michigan, and that's going to help pull that moisture. And again, that's why the concern is it may pull it a little farther north, and you can see where the heavy rain is expected here for today. And if we jump ahead to the day on Thursday, that low will be entering northwest lower Michigan. Again, if it's a little farther and stronger to the northwest, it's going to pull this moisture even farther north. But you can see a chance of strong to severe thunderstorms across southeast lower Michigan, and we'll keep an eye on that as well. And then I think we get a short break before the next system will move in late this week or into the weekend. So some unsettled weather will continue. And if we look at the next slide guide, you can see if you want to find out precipitation amounts across the state of Michigan, you can do it at the CoCoRaHS website, and you can sort things out to just a certain state, and you can then click on these ones to have it show the heaviest precipitation to the lightest precipitation, so forth. Thanks for stopping by, and have a great day, and 73s to all.